All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Machak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Slakia. All right. So yeah, boom. As you can see in the title, it says Napkin Niggas. All right, which I did a video a couple years back. All right, going into this. All right, through the spirit, I'm just revisiting it. Okay, especially with the times we're in, everybody should know by now what time it is. Okay, but all right, it was really inspired by this precept here in the book of Luke. Okay, when you go all the way down, I believe to the 20th verse. All right, about the man who had kept the Lord's pound in a napkin. All right, and that's where I got the idea of the topic or the title. Okay, of napkin niggas from. Okay, but I'm gonna basically go into it, Lord willing, and it be edifying. All right, wherever the Spirit takes it. All right, so this is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. All right, it says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love." All right, so remembering that going out there on them highways and byways, whether it's winter, whether it's spring in the allergies, whether it's summer in the heat, whether it's fall, autumn, whatever the case may be. All right, and doing these videos and staying in the spirit, all these count towards the work. All right, that's why we call it doing the works. Okay, and the Most High is not good. The works we do is not going unseen. Though sometimes it may feel like that because the world doesn't really reverence us, okay, as prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But the Most High, guess what? The scriptures say, okay, the work we're doing is pleasing to the Most High. It wasn't created to please man. It was created, the Lord ordained us to do the work that's pleasing unto Him. All right. Let me get this precept real quick. Salakia. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna search it in Google because I don't know why it's not popping up. Through the foolish. There it is. What precept is this? 1 Corinthians 1:18. All right, I think it might be this. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 1:21. Let me look that up. I mean, that's the thing about the blue letter. Sometimes you have to be super word specific. Corinthians 2:21. Damn, I just forgot what precept this was. Salaki, I'm definitely gonna get this precept. All right, 1:21. Okay. Just bear with me. It's funny because I tried to do this lesson earlier today, and I don't know, Sam been messing with it because it's funny, I did the whole lesson, and then turns out that the audio wasn't even recording. So it's just one of those. It happens. But anyway, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. It says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." All right, which is a form of what? That work and that labor. Okay, so it says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Because yeah, people thought that they knew Yahweh, they thought that they knew the Most High, but not through wisdom. Like Paul said, they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So the world by wisdom knew not the Most High because they did not know Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. Okay, they might have known God and Jesus Christ or thought they knew them, but they didn't really know Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai as we're preaching him. That's or as we're teaching it to them. And that's why it says it pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching. Now, the work we're doing isn't foolish, but what? To the outward appearance, it looks okay. It looks like we're wasting our time. It looks foolish to those who are without understanding. They don't understand what we're doing, so to them we look ridiculous. All right, but that's why it says to save them that believe. Okay, to them this is not foolish. All right, so going back to Hebrews chapter 6, all right, verse 10, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. When we go out there and people curse us out or talk smack or scoff or all these different things, you sacrifice things in your regular life. All right, for this truth, the Most High is not going to forget all that. Yahweh Shai said, what? Whatever you forsake here, you're going to get 100-fold in the kingdom. It says, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Okay? And so that work that we have showed towards the Most High's name, all right, as even it tells you in the Apocrypha. Let me pull it up real quick. Second Esdras 2 and around the 42nd verse. This is Second Esdras chapter 2, verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, now this is Ezra. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. All right, going back to Hebrews, it says what? For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor. Us confessing the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is a part of the work and labor, all right, of love, which we have showed towards what? Towards his name, right? So going on, it says, and then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? Because Ezra saw Yahweh Shai putting the crowns on the heads of the elect. So he was asking, who was it that was putting the crowns on their heads? And as the angel says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. When you confess something, guess what? You basically bring the truth about it. And when we confessed about the Lord, we confessed what? His name. So we what? It's going to tell you, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Okay, so just like we read here, the Lord isn't going to forget that the labor of love which we showed towards his name. That's important. Okay, it says, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. All right, because you have those who, I'm going to get into it, but they're napkin niggas, meaning they have this word, but they're keeping it in a napkin. Metaphorically, meaning what? They're not pushing this word forth. They're not going out there and teaching. They're not, or even if they do, they're not putting fire behind it. Okay, they're not attracting the audience. They're not doing these videos. So you have the knowledge, you know it, but you're not bringing it out. Do the scriptures not say, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water? But you're supposed to let it flow out instead of just holding it in. Because now who's the river benefiting then? The waters ain't getting to nowhere. All right. You're supposed to let your light shine so the world can see it. Because once you get this truth, it's such a glorious thing. Remember, we're out here to spread and preach the gospel. Okay. Once we know the truth, our job is to go and teach it, not to keep it within. All right. Now you can build upon it, but why do you build and gain this knowledge? So that you can edify. You learn so you can teach. Because the Lord didn't open your mind up to this truth just so you can keep it to yourself. Then what's the point? Are we not called to be what do prophets do? Do they not prophesy? So if you're not in the spirit of wanting to prophesy, then what's the point in you knowing prophecy? What is the point in you having the spirit if you're not going to use it? So it says here that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. So given that, yeah, we're gonna have different measures of faith, different measures of the spirit, different portions, but that shouldn't stop you from giving the same amount of diligence. Okay, whatever the Lord has put within you, you draw it out to the fullest of your ability, man. Use your full potential. Now, once you do that, you still might not be on the same level as somebody else, but that's not what the Lord isn't comparing you to the next man. He's comparing you to yourself. He's looking at the best you and then the you. All right. And he's seeing, are you matching that? Are you giving enough diligence to draw out everything he's putting you? Because the Lord knows what your limit is. He knows how much you can do. All right. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. Okay. Slothful meaning slow with it. You can't be slow with it, man. All right. You gotta flip the Lord's spiritual money. So this is Luke chapter 19, verse 12. All right. This is now this is what Yahushua said. It says, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. All right. And now this nobleman, it represents Yahushua, because right now, where is he? He's in the spirit world. Okay. When he came on the earth, he came and suffered what he suffered so he could receive the kingdom, so he could receive dominion, so he could receive power. And now all power has been given unto Yahushua under Yahweh. See? So the kingdom really, whose kingdom is it? It's Yahushua's kingdom. All right. And Yahushua is going to bring the order as it is on in the heavens on earth. Okay. So it says to receive a kingdom and to return. So what did the scripture say? It tells you that the Lord said unto my Lord. So meaning Yahweh said to Yahushua, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies a footstool. Which means what? Basically to be under you, to be his servants. And that's what's going to happen in the kingdom. So it says, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. So being that Yahushua is in the spirit world right now, and he's given us those pounds, all right, the spirit, what do we have to do? The knowledge, the truth, we have to occupy. Okay. Remain occupied in prophecy, occupied in this work. And as we're being occupied, it's not just about us. Guess what? We're being occupied. I mean, we're occupying, all right, by waking up the elect, by doing the work. Okay. The work is supposed to have an outcome. All right. The amount of work you put in, you're supposed to see something from it. See? So we're supposed to remain occupied in this work until the Lord comes back. It says, but his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. Okay. And that was Jake back then. And that's Jake right now. What back then they put the Lord on the cross. They said he was a blasphemer. They didn't believe, all right, that the wicked Israelites, they didn't believe that the Lord was a Messiah, and they didn't want him to reign over them. Hell, they even mocked him. They said, what? Oh, behold, the King of the Jews, all right, on the cross. You know, or if you're so great, why don't you get yourself off the cross? You know, they smote him, they slapped him. Then they said, what? Oh, prophesy unto us who hit you. All right. It says, and now they do the same thing, man. You have our people that look at us, and when they hear the things we say concerning Yahushua, they hate us even more. Because they don't want, man, then in their mind, they're so in love with Cesare Borgia, they don't want to see Yahushua. It says, and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. All right, and the scriptures say, man, when Yahushua comes back, what he's coming, um, he's coming with his reward. Okay, and there's gonna be two rewards, man: salvation or destruction. Um, come quickly. Okay. Um, Revelation 22. Okay, verse 12. It says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Right. So that's why when he comes, he's gonna call his servants, and those who have been good and faithful servants. What? After he finds out how much you gain, after he finds out if you were diligent and you remain faithful unto the end, he's gonna give you your reward. Now, if you fell out or you weren't doing what you were supposed to, if you were being a napkin nigga, well, we're gonna read down as to what happens to napkin niggas. All right. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, thou have thou authority over 10 cities. Okay. So I gave you a pound, and you flipped it into 10. Guess what? Now I'm gonna give you power over 10 cities. I'm gonna give you authority over 10 cities. Why? Because ultimately the kingdom is for Yahushua. It's for that nobleman. So his servants, all right, which occupied and did what they were supposed to. Yes, the nobleman can give them the cities and give them what he wants to, because it's his kingdom. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou over 5 cities. Because now, although he wasn't able to get 10 pounds out of that 1 pound like the first guy, he was able to get 5, which was the best he could do. Okay, so the Lord still said, what? At least you did something with it, and you brought back more than what I gave you. So here, 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Now you see where I got the title from. All right. So he was being what? He was being a napkin nigga. Okay. And says, For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. So here come the excuses. You know, oh, this, oh, that. Well, think of it like this, right? Let's say it was fishing. All right. And then to all those 3 servants, the Lord gave each of them a fishing hook. He gave them the bait. He gave them everything. And then he left. Right. Guess what? The first guy came back with 10 fishes. The Lord said, yo, that's what's up. Second guy came back with 5 fishes. The Lord said, all right, that's good. Third guy came back and brought the Lord the fishing hook with the bait. Now you think listen, he gave you the equipment. The Lord didn't give you the equipment so you could give him the equipment right back. No, the equipment was given to you so you could put it to good use and then bring him the fish. Why the hell are you gonna give him the equipment? Wait, that's not what he's looking for. Okay, the Lord said, "Go and bid them to the marriage." We're supposed to bring people to the marriage. We have the invitation cards. We have the cards. All right, to bid them to the marriage. Okay. Here it is, the Lord gonna give you 10 cards, 10 invitation cards, and you gonna come back and give him the 10 cards. Like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Are the cards the ones that I asked you to bring me? No. So you're supposed to go there, flip the cards, bring the people. Just like when you have this knowledge, you're supposed to what? Go out there, push this word, and wake up people, man. How do you do that? By being diligent, by studying to know what you're talking about, and by putting that knowledge and wisdom and understanding you've gained to good use. Okay. The reason the Lord revealed his secrets to us is so we can know and then we can go and teach. That's why the Lord gave us exclusive understanding to the scriptures. All right. We have to not only understand it, but understand how to explain it and how to break it down. Okay. That's putting you on another level so that you can explain to those who don't understand. But what good are you to the Lord if you're not doing that? If you're being a napkin nigga, and the talents the Lord is giving you, the spirit and the knowledge the Lord is giving you, you're keeping it within you. All right. You're being a napkin nigga. The Lord don't care. He does. That's not what he's looking for. Okay. Because then that means you didn't do anything. He said be occupied, but you didn't do anything. What were you occupied in? Well, you were protecting the napkin. It says, and he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury? Okay. So for those of you, because look, man, when judgment time comes, that's when everybody's gonna find out what category they lie in. And the Lord doesn't have to give you warning shots. You know, the Lord might just wait until the end and just hit you with the judgment, like boom, you were a napkin nigga. Because you know what you could have done more, but you thought you would have got away with it because the Lord didn't put some hell on your ass right on the spot. But see, the Lord can do something like that, man. All right. The Lord can decide, you know what? I'm going to fall back and see if you're going to realize and correct yourself, or if you're going to get comfortable in your ways, you know? Moving on. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 19. It says, there is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Okay. So yeah, you have napkin niggas, but then you also have those who are the Lord is basically using them. So you have somebody that has the wisdom and they teach it to others, but yet they're unprofitable to themselves. Because if you're a hypocrite, listen, you can know the truth. You can have advice, you can have knowledge and all of that, and you can go out there and teach it you can just be going through the motions, you know. Here it is, you being a nigga in the week and you being an Israelite on the weekend. Guess what? You can a nigga can really build somebody up and then get kicked and the Lord could kick them out and destroy them. Why? Because the words that they're speaking, that's what matters, not who is necessarily saying it. So you could be out here doing wicked stuff, right? But you come out here and then you have the knowledge, you have the information, and you're good at getting it out and teaching it, but you're not really following it. Guess what? You're speaking the words of life. So whoever's listening to you and taking those words and actually using it, they will profit from it. You won't profit if you're not taking heed to your own words. And that makes you a hypocrite. Because if you're out here condemning adultery, you're saying you're not supposed to get lineups, eat pork, all these different things. These are the things you should do. These are the things you shouldn't do. But yet you're turning around and you're not following those words. Guess what? You're not being profitable to yourself. But the words you're speaking are profitable to somebody else because they're taking those words and they're applying those words to their life. And in turn, it is giving them that path of salvation, that path of life. And that is why, Paul even said it here, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. See, after going through all that, knowing the knowledge and all that, if you don't bring your body under subjection to discipline yourself to where you practice what you preach, then you'll just be a preacher who gets destroyed at the end. You might wake up 10 people, you might wake up 20 people, you may wake up 100 people by the words you're speaking, by you teaching, but you yourself might get destroyed because you didn't practice what you preached. You had people who heard what you were preaching and they practiced it and it benefited them, but you didn't practice what you were preaching, and so it didn't benefit you. So here you had the information, you had the knowledge, you went out there, all right. You weren't being a napkin nigga. You went out there, you prophesied, but deep down inside, you weren't sincere about it. You were just what, going through the motions. And that's a scary thing. You going through the motions thinking it's all good. I'm just here, I'm making it, I'm barely making it, whatever the case may be. Lord is looking at you like, okay, I'm gonna use you. Because remember, the Lord can do that. He is not a respecter of persons. So he can use you to wake people up and then destroy you. That is the fear of the Lord. And don't think just because you're able to wake or bring people in or wake people up and stuff like that, automatically you're saved. No, you actually have to be about it as well. Don't forget, we build up brothers, but we also got to remember to build ourselves up as well. We help others grow, but we also have to grow with it ourselves. Because you can always learn. You can always learn from something. We learn every day. So as you're building others up, you got to also keep getting built up so you can keep building them up. You get up here, you help them get up here. Then you get up here, then you help them get up to where you at. Then you get up, then you help them get up. But if you're up here, you help them get up, and you stay up here, and you see them, they just keep going up and up and up. Next thing you know, you start progressing, then you start being stagnant, then you start going in reverse. And next thing you know, nowhere to be found. Because the scriptures tell you, man, look, you could be one of the most profound speakers, best people in Israel and all of that, but once you fall out, that's what you're going to be remembered for. Your legacy, it stops when you fall out. And you're going to be remembered for, yeah, he was all this and that, but at the end of the day, he fell out the truth. He wasn't of the elect. That's going to be the end of your story. That's going to be what everybody finishes it with. Oh, so what happened to him? Oh, he's not of the elect. He didn't make it. Oh, okay, all right, cool, all right, whatever. Oh, he did all this and that, but he didn't make it. He started the race fast. He was ahead of everybody, but he didn't come in first place. He didn't finish the race. So whose eyes are everybody on? People are looking at those who came in first place, those who finished the race. They might have started slow, they might have tripped, fumbled, whatever, but it's how you finish, not how you start. Okay, and we have to keep that in mind. So I think this was the last precept I had. Yeah, this was the last precept I had. So yeah, that's just that. I just wanted to go into that. Hey, Shalom, Akir. Yahweh Shemel Shai Brakatha. I just wanted to go into that real quick. Lord willing, it was edifying unto the elect. Hey, keeping in mind, man, we always want to be active and we always want to be productive and be an asset to the Lord's business and not a liability. Because the Lord has no need of a liability. He can just replace you just like that. All right. So you want to constantly and consistently remain in the good graces of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right. That is why we've been given this truth so we can push it out. Okay. So you grow, you learn, so you can edify and build up. Okay. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.